잠시 후 도착 버스는 6702번.
川国际机场所需时间为60。
And so begins my 3-week trip to the UK. Hello there, it is a Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning, and I'm at Incheon International Airport on my way to the UK. And if you're new here, first of all, welcome. Second of all, I don't want to give you the wrong impression. This is not a travel channel. This is a channel about Korea, usually. I just happen to be going to the UK for a 4-day conference, and I've planned a 3-week trip. I am at the airport in Beijing. It was about an hour-and-a-half flight, and we had a little delay at the gate. A couple of people who had checked in didn't board the plane, so we had to wait a little bit for them to board, and then they never boarded, so then we had to wait for their checked baggage to be removed. So it took a little while. I think it was about a 20-minute delay. And we finally got out of there, and it was an hour-and-a-half flight or so. We got here about 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, and it's just 5 after 10 right now, local time. And did you know they had Costa coffee in in China? And I'm in Munich, and it's 8 o'clock local time, almost 8:15. I don't think I've ever been here this late, and this place is just empty. Every time I've been here before, it's been busy, and oh, the security checkpoint this time for the transfer was a mess. I don't remember it being that bad. They have this machine there now. It's really finicky. Not the one that scans your bags, but the one that scans the people. And they make you stand in this really awkward pose. And, you know, people keep messing it up. You got to get the pose, you know, pretty close to accurate the way they display it on the outline there. And they kept having to tell people, no, put your arms out wider, all this. And everything was backed up right there. That was a huge bottleneck. It took quite a while to get through there. I'm staying at a hotel tonight by Terminal 4. We arrived at Terminal 2, and I just walked all the way over toward the Elizabeth line and the Heathrow Express because you can get supposedly a free pass to travel between Terminal 2 and Terminal 4, and there's no transfer, right? You can also do it on the underground just by tapping on. You don't need a pass. You can just tap your credit card or Apple Pay or whatever, and you won't get charged when you get off as long as you're staying, you know, within the airport grounds. But when you go that route, there's one transfer. So you leave Terminal 2, you transfer at another station, and then you go from there to Terminal 4. So I wanted to avoid the transfer and just go straight on to Terminal 4, but I got to the Elizabeth line, the place where you're supposed to pick up the free pass for it, and it said no service to Terminal 4. Please use the underground. So back over this way again to the underground. Wow, it is. It's a cool feeling to be back on the London Underground, on the Piccadilly line. This train is not my train. This one's going to terminals 2, 3, and 5. But the next one is coming in about 3 minutes. It goes to terminal 4. That will be my train. Okay, here's the room. So that's it. Tomorrow morning, I've got to get up, shower, and get out of here and go take a train. And yes, that is a Costa coffee cup. It's almost midnight, and I am drinking. No, it is midnight, and I am drinking Costa coffee. I've been dying to try this maple hazel latte that they have every autumn. I just missed it last year. And I was going to try it tomorrow, but they have a Costa coffee here in the Premier Inn that's open 24 hours. So I dropped by and got one, and it's good. So see you in the morning. Good morning. I am at Victoria Station, here to catch a train to Canterbury. This is going to be my 4th visit to Canterbury. I'm looking forward to that. Usually going to Canterbury, I get the train from St. Pancras, King's Cross, but this time I got a better deal from here. So this is where I am, and I've been here before. I think my wife and I last year caught the train to Rye here, and I've been around outside a few times. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to going back to Canterbury. I haven't been there in 2 years. And I'm actually hoping to spend some time walking through the countryside around Canterbury on this trip. In the past, I've always stayed in the city center, and I've seen pretty much everything there is to see there. We do not have pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks in Korea. They do have it here in the UK, so I'm probably going to be drinking a few of these while I'm here. It is that time of year. And I've got to go get on the train here. I was going to go get a pasty, but I'm going to eat not long after I arrive. See you in Canterbury.
What do you feel when you let go of the wheel? Can you take a leap of faith? Will you face the change of pace? There are worlds out there beyond compare. Going on a journey somewhere far out east, we'll find the time to show you wonders never cease.
So I am at Canterbury East, and my hotel is back over that way. It's a bed and breakfast, but they actually, as a standard policy, allow check-in from 10 a.m. so I can go straight there. But before I do, I just got to take you over here to show you this. I absolutely love this. Look at that. You see right there, there's a mound. And this mound has been here since the 1st century, or probably before that. Maybe it was here in the 1st century, and it was within the walls that the Romans built here, and it's been remodeled and developed over the years. The last time was when this park was constructed, but this was the site in 1066 of a Motte and Bailey castle. They built several of them, William the Conqueror did, and his followers around England when they first got here. And this one was here at least until the beginning of the 12th century. In 1086, they started building a stone castle, the square keep, which is off in that direction, and that replaced this wooden structure. And yeah, from 1086 to I think 1120 or something like that was when they were building that. And before I say anything more about this, let me show you the view from here. This is phenomenal. So I am off to check into my bed and breakfast. Looking forward to that. I've heard that the breakfasts here are very good, and it's really an affordable place.
All that we've been through brings my soul so close to you. Why not cast your fears aside? We can laugh until we cry. There are worlds out there beyond compare. Going on a journey.
Okay, I just met the owner and she took my order for breakfast tomorrow morning. I'm gonna have breakfast at 8, and I got to pick the time. I got to pick what I wanted. It's great. I'm gonna have a full English, no black pudding. She said she doesn't have black pudding anyway. And this is a single room that I booked. And look at this. It's just so cozy. I mean, it's small, but it's got everything I need. And a place for my backpack. And a little en-suite bathroom here with a small shower. I can do with that. And all the reviews I've read about this place talk about how friendly the owner is, and she is just a treat. I tell you what, I just had a nice conversation with her for about 5 minutes. There it is, Canterbury Castle. I've got some older iPhone footage of it somewhere that I'll show you, because it's hard to see with the scaffolding here, but when I first came here in 2016, it was still open for access back then, but I didn't go inside at the time for some reason. I don't remember exactly why. When I came back in 2019, access was blocked off. There was no scaffolding, but it wasn't possible to get inside because they closed it in, I believe, 2017, because there had been some issues with the walls crumbling a little bit, and it was starting to become a bit of a hazard. So they closed it, planning to do some renovations, restoration work, whatever, maintenance work, whatever you want to call it. But it sat there for years without any work being done on it. And so I have yet to go inside the thing. But I read that last year they finally got started on the restoration work, and that's why the scaffolding is up right now. And it's expected to be completed by next year. So hopefully next time I come to Canterbury, I'll be able to go inside and check it out. I mean, not that there's a lot there. The interior was gutted because there was a tannery here in Canterbury, and they had used this for storage of some kind.
Keep me free from
Now this is one of the things I love to see when I come here. This is the remains of the original Roman wall that ringed the city. And according to the sign over there, this is the largest extent of surviving Roman wall in Britain. And one of the things I love about seeing this is all the different kinds of rock they've got in it. I believe that might be flint. I love seeing this every time I come here. It never gets old. And then right over there is Parrot. This is our destination. So they claim it was established in 1370 and was originally known as St. Radigan's Hall. And it's one of the oldest pubs in Canterbury. Notice they're not claiming to be the oldest. So, yeah, and when you go inside, they've got, like, on the roof, they've got some timbers that came from old sailing vessels. I guess the wooden ships from the 18th and 19th centuries. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. Yeah, I'd heard about these beams. And,
oh, it's beautiful up there. Okay.
Oh, even better.
But you can see the floor as well, how it dips in.
Yeah.
A bit strange when you're walking on it.
Great to be back. I've been looking forward to this steak and ale pie for about 6 months now, and I got some of the Kentish ale, the local, they call it Master Brew. I have this every time I'm here too. Kind of a tradition now, I suppose. The staff here were kind enough to let me see the upstairs. I'd never seen it before. I didn't even realize it was there. She asked me, have you seen it? And I said, no. They don't usually open it during the day. She took me up the stairs there and turned on the lights and let me see the place, and that's where they have all the old ship beams. And the floor up there is very crooked. And here, this is the main attraction, probably for most people, but especially for me. There's some significant sights to see. And the most prominent, I think, is this candle. This candle burns always. And this was the original location of the shrine of Thomas Becket. You probably know the story of how he was murdered by knights of Henry VIII, who later came to prostrate himself in front of the shrine, but it was destroyed during the Reformation under Henry VIII. And on one side of the candle, you've got the tomb of the Black Prince, one of the greatest commanders of the 100 Years' War, who died of dysentery, father of Richard II. All right, this is the tomb of Henry IV and his wife, Joan of Navarre. And Henry was the nephew of Edward of Woodstock, the Black Prince. and cousin to Richard II. Henry pressed his claim to the throne while Richard sat on it, and Richard lost, and Henry took him captive, and the story goes that he rotted away in captivity, did Richard II. William Warham, he was the last Archbishop of Canterbury before the Reformation. This is the water tower, this structure here. Approximately 10,000 liters of water were supplied to the priory every hour, and the cathedral's flow of fresh and filtered water was much admired. Okay, so here's another little sign that I don't remember seeing when I was here before, but now I know because of this that this was the infirmary. It says here construction was begun around 1120. This is the cloister, this covered walkway, and this area here is the cloister garth. And here we are in the chapter house. Now this is called the Canterbury War Horse, and it's a memorial to, it says, over 8 million horses that died in World War I. Many of them traveled through Kent on their way across the Channel. 8 million horses, that is nuts. And they have a memorial to the horses. How cool is that? It's just so massive and grand and impressive to see up close, but then inside, all that space with the high ceilings and well, been in here for a while now. Hour and a half, I think. So I think it's time to head out and maybe grab a snack. So it's raining now. I bought this jacket before the rain started. It was getting a little colder. All day today it's been alternating between comfortably cool and annoyingly cold. So it started to get more annoyingly cold a little bit ago. So I dropped into a store and found this jacket discounted, and it is waterproof. I bought this before the rain came, and it was in a paper bag, and then the rain started. So I ducked into a cafe just to, grab a cappuccino and put the jacket on. But then I found they had po' boys, and I thought, well, you know what? Since I'm here, might as well go ahead and make this my dinner. So I got myself what they call the French. It was a po' boy with chicken and ham and some kind of cheese, and man, that was excellent. A very, very nice sandwich. I will put a link to the cafe down below. I'm heading back to the hotel now. I'm going to call it an evening. It is a bit early, but I'm okay with that. It's just after 5 o'clock, it's 10 after 5. I've had a long couple of days and didn't really get all that much sleep last night, even though I did feel rested. So I need to get back to the room and catch up on a few things. And probably I'm going to go to bed quite early tonight. Now, this is some good fish and chips. I've had this fish and chips before, but I have a plan tomorrow to go get fish and chips somewhere else outside of Canterbury. I'm gonna go for a little walk, and I will show you that when I get there. It is an excellent plate of fish and chips. I've had it once before, and I want this to be the first fish and chips experience I have on this trip. So that's why I'm going out there tomorrow. Which reminds me, I haven't made a reservation yet. Oh boy, I should probably do that. And this place here, cafe number 35, they have really good brunch if you're ever here in Canterbury. I won't be going there on this trip because I get a free breakfast at my B&B. Okay, so I am done for the day, and possibly done with the video. So thanks for watching, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, and I will see you next time with some fish and chips.